们来得早，你晚上进人了。
行了行了。
哥们儿，你在你平时说将近3个小时，就那个啊，就刚才那个视频记者，现在你看他们画面上的，这个还好，我有一次开台风天。
Hello guys, this is Miao with Xinhuan Agency. I am live, reporting live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at the Memorial Hall of for the victims of the Nanjing massacre in the capital city of East China's Jiangsu province. 79 years ago, Japanese troops invaded Nanjing and started a 6-week slaughter. More than 300,000 Chinese civilians and unarmed soldiers were killed, and more than 20,000 Chinese women were raped. And tonight, hundreds of civilians, the descendants of the victims and the survivors, of course, and also peace-loving people from all over the world have come here to attend the Candlelight vigil despite the heavy rain right now. And the vigil ceremony is going to start in a few seconds.
波兰、弗兰克二战纪念馆、法国单纯和平博物馆、韩国独立纪念馆、518历史财团、518纪念馆的国际学院等。此外，还有来自中国抗战纪念馆、上海中部抗战纪念馆、西安抗战纪念馆、新津纪念馆及武汉纪念馆和国内韩馆的同仁等。此外，参加活动还有中国关系协会人民政府杂志社，还有2战后参加东京审判、南京警察的大法官及检察官。 后一代的看见你保障的胜利，后一代的将来中网球市场的朋友们。还有日本的孙女，南京大屠杀幸存者，代表家属看看老师，大部分的革命代表也来到现场参加本次活动。感谢各位来参加今天的活动。下面有请中国航天大学南广学学生演唱和平之歌《时辰的飞机》。谢谢主持人。今天我们邀请的是说职场副总苏红、马甲文，谢谢来到现场。非常高兴来这个。 接下来有请18世纪南京大屠杀教育文化纪念馆馆长关建军先生致辞。攻克李金波、黄汉林、马世纪等151个人，这是我们近年来努力寻找到遇难者的名义。
Guys, this is a curator for the Memorial Hall addressing the attendance, and he just said only 2 days ago they added altogether 111 names that they have been trying really hard to find in recent years to the list inscribed on the wall of the Memorial Hall. And 79 years have passed to the victims of Nanjing Massacre, some of whose names remain unknown, have been lying under the earth of Nanjing. Along with them are thousands of hundreds of other people who were buried in the exhibition hall in Unit 731 in Harbin, Pingdingshan in Fushan, no human zone in the north of China and other places. What he's saying now is that we all know that every number represents one vivid life. There were innocent victims of the weak and vulnerable China. And he just said, let's hold the candles, pray for them, and offer our condolence. Tonight, we would like to offer this candlelight to the soldiers who fought to death with courage to guard the city and the country. For newcomers, we are broadcasting live at the Memorial Hall for the victims of Nanjing Massacre in the capital city of East China's Jiangsu province. Today marks China's third National Memorial Day. 79 years ago, more than 300,000 Chinese civilians and unarmed soldiers were killed by Japanese invaders, and more than 20,000 Chinese women were raped. And the curator of the Memorial Hall just said that we miss Yue Yiqing, who fought to the last drop of his blood and remembered as the helmet of Jingnan. We miss General Yi Anhua, who insisted on the firing line with 3 bullets. And we also miss General Zhu Chi, Chen Zhi, Gao Zhisong, as well as some others who sacrificed their lives and dared their death for this country. We miss those warriors who fought dauntlessly in Lugo Bridge, Huangpu River, Taihang Mountain, Taiyarjuan, Taishan Temple, and Yeren Mountain. We also miss those heroes who have devoted their bodies to this earth and have been sleeping in the Tangchong Memorial Cemetery. And what you're looking in the picture is the eternal flame that represents the eternal, eternal flame to in memory of all the people who were killed in the Nanjing Massacre. And the curator in the speech said tonight we also would like to offer the candlelight to those who helped the refugees through Nanking safety zone. We would like to thank Robbie for taking the responsibility of helping us, Miss Valtrin for protecting refugees like a hen protecting her children in Jingling College, and also Dr. Wilson for using his scalpel saving lives of refugees day and night. Thanking Mr. Margie for risking his life to film the atrocity of the Japanese army, Mr. Fitch for daring his death only to deliver videos recorded by Priest Margie to the world from Shanghai, and also Mr. Wilson, the diplomat who never stopped protesting against Japan for recording crimes of the Japanese through telegraphs, and Mr. Trimmer, Mr. Brady, and Mr. Singberg, and everyone else who fought bravely in those tough days. They are immortal to Nanjing. The curator said we prefer to light a candle rather than curse the darkness. Tonight we light candles here to commemorate the dead, to express our gratitude to foreign friends, and also to show our determination and will to memorize history and safeguard peace. Tonight, let's hope the candlelights bring peace to the dead and condolence to the living. Only through pain could we thrive. Next, we will have Chinese monks chanting scriptures for all the victims in Nanjing massacre. is the Candlelight vigil in memory of all the 300,000 victims, Chinese civilians and unarmed soldiers who were killed by Japanese invaders back in 1937. victims of Nanjing massacre, and this is a candlelight vigil, and it's attended by hundreds of Chinese civilians, college students, teenagers, and peace-loving foreigners, as well as survivors of the massacre and also descendants of the victims. And now it's the Japanese monks chanting scriptures for the victims.
吃啊，千万不要吃。
Thank you.
Guys, this is the Candlelight vigil at the Memorial Hall for the victims of Nanjing Massacre. And now all the attendants, including college students, foreigners, and descendants of the survivors and victims and a few survivors, they're offering their candles to the altar here in memory of all the victims. And for the newcomers, the Nanjing Massacre was the darkest moment for this ancient city. It was one of the one of the saddest moments in Chinese history too, and with no doubt it is one of the most atrocious anti-human war crimes in the history of all human beings. Okay guys, nearly 20 million people from all of the world have visited this memorial hall for victims of Nanjing Massacre, which is also widely known as the Rape of Nanking, because more than 300,000 Chinese civilians and unarmed soldiers were killed by Japanese invaders, and more than 20,000 Chinese women were raped. And the files on the Nanjing Massacre have recently been added to the UNESCO's Memory of the World Register, making sure that this part of history is undeniable. And survivors are also a living testimony to the war crime, but the number has been decreasing sharply. As of today, we only have 107 survivors, and most of them are already in their 80s or 90s. About more than 2 years ago, China's top legislature designated December 13 as China's National Memorial Day for the victims of Nanjing Massacre. And earlier in the morning, a national memorial service was also held in the same place. This memorial hall built in 1985 on the site of the mass grave where victims were killed and their bodies were dumped. Japan invaded northeast China in September 1931 and started a full-scale invasion of China in July 1937. About 35 million Chinese soldiers and civilians were killed or wounded during the Japanese occupation until the aggression ended with Japan's defeat in World War II in 1945. The Chinese government demands that the Japanese government and politicians at least acknowledge millions of victims and apologize. China opposes any word or action that glorifies war.
你妈不要在里头了，里头不好看哎！我给你们讲真的。
好，再拿一下，两个一起来都拿一下，对，两只手。
小朋友吧，放手啊！
来，小朋友来，往前放，往前放，往前点放。
You guys continue filming.
你们几分钟？
待会别的现在别会待会了，等一下再说。
小朋友摆完以后的话，往门口走啊！摆完以后吧，往门口走啊！摆完以后把门口走。往门口走，小朋友小朋友往门口走啊！摆完蜡烛往门口走啊！往门口走。好，往门口走。
入住了。
往门口走啊！放完蜡烛，一起放。
单音脚架，单音脚架。
稍微等。
一起放，等一下。
这边等一下，不要动。
来
这边再来两个，这边再来两个。
你先往前伸。
先走了对吧？
来，一起来。
哎，后面的，哎，到前面来，这边空一个位置，上来一个，这边空一个位置，上来一个。好，一起啊！
啊，走。来，王子中间，林凯，来。
Mr. Ravi, so why you start introducing yourself and explain why you are here in Nanjing on this specific day?
My name is Thomas Rabe here. I'm the grandson of John Rabe. My grandfather was the chairman of the International Safety Zone in Nanjing at the time when the Japanese attacked Nanjing here in December 1937. He was able here together with the other members of the International Committee to convince the Japanese invaders to accept a safety zone of about 4 square kilometers to save the life of 250,000 Chinese people. And furthermore, in his private house and in his garden with 500 square meters, he could save the life of 650 refugees here at this time. So for the Rabe family, it's a very big honor to be invited to Nanjing tonight here and to participate at this candle lighting ceremony.
How many times have you come here for the past few years?
I came here for the first time in 2001 with my mother after my father died. My father originally was born in Beijing, lived in China for 40 years. The house has been preserved and opened as a peace institute in 2006 here, and we have a close collaboration here. We have also a peace institute in Heidelberg in Germany here, and we have a close collaboration with this John Rabe house. But furthermore, I'm professor of obstetrics and gynecology, and I'm teaching at the Drum Tower Hospital in Nanjing, also in Beijing.
And based on the diaries of Mr. Rabe, your grandfather, what is the most shocking part from your view as the grandchild?
The most impressive thing is here to imagine here what power and energy must my grandfather have here to stay during the Japanese attack. You must know that he was ill, he was a diabetic, he needed insulin here, and all the family was in fear here that he could get severely ill here. But he said, I lived 30 years in China. My children have been born. My grandchildren have been born. I did peaceful business here with all my Chinese friends. And friends in fear, you should not live alone here. And furthermore, he said, which is very impressive for you, if you sit in an air raid shelter together with all the Chinese refugees and you hold the hand of a small child, you will never leave these people alone.
So would you have done the exactly same thing as your grandfather if you were there? 79 years ago.
Nobody would know it, what you would have done here in this situation here. I hope I would have the power that I would have done it here, but it's an individual decision. It was a very strange here, it was very strong power of my grandfather here, and I hope in this situation here I could have done the same.
And how do you feel compared to the past and the present China? How do you feel, what is the most impressive part so far?
This is very difficult. Yes, this is a question to a politician here. I'm medical doctor here. I help the people here. I'm responsible for medicine. Changes in time here are very interesting. I know here the Chinese history, of course. I'm professor of modern Chinese history, honorary professor at Beijing University. But I can also say there are very rapid changes here in the system, and I like the Chinese people very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a big honor.
Thank you so much. So guys, this is the grandson of Mr. John Rabe, who was a businessman from Germany. He managed to save lots of Chinese civilians during the Japanese occupation, and that is why his grandfather is remembered as a hero in China. Hey guys, thank you for staying with us and sharing your thoughts and prayers with us throughout all this candlelight vigil held for the victims, 300,000 victims of the Nanjing massacre in East China's Jiangsu province. Soldiers were killed by Japanese invaders and more than 20,000 Chinese women were raped. And today, China has risen from the rubble and actually become one of the major global powers, both politically and economically. It's not only to remind us of not repeating it, and also to get the strength and unite people for national rejuvenation, and to remember history is not to prolong the hatred, but to cherish peace even more. And history must never be forgotten, and the future is just act.